platinum is pumping. Can it beat silver over the long term? Today we're going to take a look at the platinum to silver ratio. Both are highly undervalued still versus gold. So gold's had its big run, okay? And where gold tends to go, it's gone out of its accumulation phase. It's had its first public participation phase. Silver and platinum will go over the long term as well. But it just looks like right now platinum is starting to, not quite yet, but it just might be starting to outperform silver. So we're going to take a look at that chart right now. So which one would be better to be in? Look, I'll give you the answer at the start. Probably both is a great idea, at least versus gold. You know, have some silver, have some platinum, but definitely have some platinum. Because let's take a look at the chart as well. I recently made a video, which is still doing really well on YouTube, called Platinum is Dying. Here's why you should buy some. That's the platinum price. I just want to show you very quickly. It pumped around about $60 overnight. Okay, so let's see. In the last 24 hours, we went from about 995 to, about 1,060, so a little bit over 60 US dollars. This is, again, the platinum fiat dollar, nasty, disgusting fiat dollar price, but you can see it's making another play to break out. Doesn't mean it will now, but the more times you knock on this door right here, it's around about your 1100 kind of mark, the more likely it is to be taken out. I'll get rid of all this stuff for you, just so you can see a little bit easier. And I'll show you on the quarterly time frame. I did show this yesterday to my subscribers. And I said yesterday, you know, platinum is so close to breaking out, and we really are. So it's looking very good. Could this happen in the next week, in the next couple of weeks, where we break through around about, you want to see 1100 roughly break in order to say, oh yeah, I think we're out of the accumulation phase and we're into the public participation phase. That's very good news for the platinum price, right? Because you want it to break through this trend line. Now, I probably don't have that drawn in really well. If you want, you could take it from, not that one, you could take it from this peak over here. See that one right there? You could put it through there, and you could say that's the major trend line. If you took it from here, you could say, oh, that's definitely broken, but that was a while ago. So you take it from this one and you go, okay, so we're nearly there. Nearly at the breakout phase, okay? Then the question becomes, okay, what's it doing versus the other precious metals? Let's take a look at it versus silver, and something very interesting is happening right now. We're not out of the woods yet, okay? But let's just take a look at it right here. This is the platinum to silver ratio. As this number goes up, platinum is outperforming silver. As this number goes down, silver is absolutely killing platinum. As you can see, over the last good number of years. We're talking 2003, so 22 years. Platinum has been dying, and this is what I've been talking about with that other video I did, Platinum is Dying. It has been dying versus silver and versus gold, okay? Is it now just starting to wake up? We're showing some signs, okay? But silver, totally killing platinum over that time. Way better idea to be in silver between there and here. Now, let's pop on, this is the 3 monthly time frame. The quarterly. Let's pop onto the monthly and see what's happening down here. Okay, we're definitely not out of the woods to say 100% platinum's going to outperform silver in the long run, but we're just starting to potentially show some signs here. Okay, so you can see here on the monthly time frame. I'm going to take it down to the weekly. There we go. This is the one I want to show you. Here's the weekly time frame. Platinum to silver ratio. From all I'm learning from wonderful people such as the people at Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, talk about bullish divergences, changing of market structure, etc., getting into the zag zone and Fibonacci and all that. Now, I've been a amateur technical analyst for a long time. You know, I've been using Fibonacci and trend lines and all that kind of stuff, but I'm learning a lot, even just being part of the Mastering the Markets community. Haven't even started one of their courses yet, okay? But let's take a look here. What do I notice? And tell me, if you're better at this than I am, tell me what you're noticing that might be something different, or tell me if there's a bit of confluence going on with your opinion as well. On the weekly time frame, you can see what I think is probably the pivot point right here now. Okay, so from this low here on the platinum to silver ratio on the weekly time frame, and this low, you've got this lower low, this downtrend line. Now, what do you notice with the relative strength index, the oscillator? It's doing the opposite thing. It is diverging from this. So lower low, but look here, it's a higher low on the weekly. So for me, that sets up a potential, very potential, if this is the pivot point, if this is the low, it's almost in, I would say, to be the low. But if that is, that sets up a potential very bullish divergence on the platinum to silver ratio. What we're noticing here, now we're talking, so that's the divergence thing. Now we need to talk about a change of market structure. What are we talking about there? Let's have a look. Again, this is only going back to around about, we're only going back to March of 2021. Actually, I can show you all the way back to, I think I can do it all the way back here pretty much. Yeah, no, from around about, no, it's probably from around about, no, around about here. Okay, so around about 2022, you've noticed we've been on a very obvious decline, okay? And I'll show you on the weekly time frame. So we're going to show you lower highs and lower lows. They're pretty obvious. Okay, let me get you my brush tool out. So you can see very clearly lower highs, and lower lows. Lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high than that, an equal high. So it wasn't a higher high, okay? It was an equal high, right? Let me just pop in a little bit closer for you so you can see. Right, then another lower high. This is what a decline is, okay? Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, a little bit of kind of equaling there, still lower high on the weekly, lower low. Then you've got a lower high again, so it's lower than this one, okay? Then you've got a lower low right there. I'm going to pop it onto the daily for you, if you can see that a little bit better. Let me go here and here. We might, and this is where we're coming up to a point here, where we might be changing market structure here. And I would call it right here, technically. Now, other people might say this isn't the right place to call it. They might not think right here at this ratio level of 32.3 something. I would call it that because, see, that was a lower high. Okay, now what have you got here? That's at least on the daily time frame, you've got a higher low there, and it looks like we have formed so far a higher low. But if you look on the weekly, we're almost punching through, and this is why I say we're almost there. We haven't confirmed it yet, but this is what I would call the change of market structure. If we punch through here, even a tiny little bit, technically on the weekly time frame, that would be, and even if it heads back down here, if it peaks above here, right here, about 32.3 something, that is a higher low on the weekly time frame. The first higher low since all the way back to January, and actually not even a higher low, because that was an equal high to that one. But since 2022, this would form what I believe would be the first higher low. So it's looking very interesting here. If you can pump just above here, look at the difference there, okay? That would be a higher high, sorry, on the weekly. I keep saying higher low, a higher high on the weekly. Then, if you punch through there, and then if you find any support level between here and here, that's forming a higher low. So that would be a pretty much confirmed change of market structure in the short term, okay? So I think potentially if we can close this week or next week or in the next couple of weeks above here, we have a peak somewhere, call it probably, I'd imagine, here at this previous ratio, anywhere up to here, okay? And then you'll have a retrace as you do. As long as we do this, higher high, and then a higher low off there, that's looking really interesting. And then if you break back through the market structure again, if you do something like that, I would say it's game on for the shorter term for platinum versus silver. Or you could do the following, which is, let's say you came up higher for some reason, don't know why, but then you find that as support. That's really good there, bounces off there, and then you cross through there. Then that's looking really good. That's a very good setup for platinum versus silver. Now, I'll show you, this is on the shorter term. We have a longer term hurdle to get over. Let me get rid of all this higher low, lower high stuff, okay? That's number one. So I would expect if we do the following, where we do break the market structure and it confirms in one of two ways, either does that thing, or it does something like that, but then crosses back through here, makes the lower low, and then through there, we're probably heading up to the zag zone, okay? And this is where you would see the major area of resistance on the way up potentially through. So you'd have to get through here. And that's between 36.5 and 41.5 roughly. If you can start clearing through this level here, then that's looking very good. And we'll say on the more macro time frame, on the monthly, now on the monthly, let me show you here, when still in a decline. Okay, so monthly still in a decline for sure. So there's nothing saying yet that we are 100%, platinum's going to kill silver over the longer term. This could be, if we change market structure on the weekly time frame, we could certainly just come up into this zone here and then reject somewhere here. And let's say you reject the top end here at that 41.5. Okay, what would that do? Okay, well, that would just form another, that's a high there, and that's just another lower high. Okay, so then you've got a lower low on the monthly, lower low on the monthly, higher low, lower low. Ignore all the stuff that I say. And then you would have to see what happens from there. Okay, then you would want to find, well, you don't want to make another lower low, and that's down in months and months and months away. I would suggest, though, have a look at this on the monthly time frame as well. What do you notice? Lower low on the monthly, you got to say now that's probably the pivot point. And also on the monthly time frame, gee, what do you know? Lovely, looking to be bullish divergence on the monthly time frame as well. So all signs to me at the moment point to a very potential bullish change of market structure for platinum against silver. Okay, I just showed you that shorter term weekly thing that we need to go over, which could push the ratio up to here. Then I would suggest if we get up to here, maybe you find resistance somewhere here, pick a number, whatever. As long as we come back down and we make a higher low, and then you do that, oh, Nelly, it is on like Donkey Kong for platinum versus silver. So that's over the macro. Then you can go, oh man, we have really changed market structure to a bullish change on the monthly time frame. So that's when you would say, crossing around about there-ish, okay, give or take, is very bullish for platinum versus silver. So what does this mean? Of course, you could be in one or the other, and silver could be going through the roof. Could be on its way to $50, breaking $50, getting into price discovery and all that. It's just that platinum could be outperforming it. You never know. So that's why it's very important to watch ratios, okay, to which one might be the better one to be in. On balance of probability, for me, I'm going to be getting back into silver again. Of course, I have my core stack of silver, but with my investment stuff, with my portfolio, I'll be getting more into silver, and I'll be doing a much more heavy platinum this time around because I like the look of this. I just need to see it close above at least first that little level right here. Let's close the week above there, and that's a good sign. Then get above there, and then break that, and that's just an amazing sign. So can platinum beat silver? Yes, it absolutely could. You never know, right? Again, everyone might be talking about, and this is the thing, everyone might be talking about silver. Silver, the next best thing. They've been talking about gold, then they'll start talking about silver because it'll probably do a bit of a run beforehand. And then what's the one they're not talking about? Platinum. Cool. So have a think about that. Bullish divergence, which looks like it to me on the weekly. Bullish divergence on the monthly. Very much looking like it, ticking back up. You went into extremely oversold on the monthly time frame, and now you found support basically at the bottom end right there, the sort of the normal trading range. Very interesting for platinum versus silver. Let me know your thoughts. Are you bullish on platinum versus silver? You must be bullish on both, but do you reckon platinum can do it? I think it can. Okay, we just need to see that. So that is the platinum versus silver topic for today. Let me know in the comments what you think, and then we'll take a look at all the other stuff that we take a look at. Let's get your comments right now.